Fantastic. Good evening, team, and good evening, guests, and welcome to our Zoom this evening. And just my pleasure to be with you this evening. My name is Rory McDermott, for those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. But we had an advert out for tonight's meeting saying, making money made easy. And, anything of value is not easy. You know that. But what we're going to be talking about tonight is making money. It can be easy, but it's simple. Okay, so we've got to make money on a simple basis. And tonight we're going to be talking about a wonderful business opportunity that is available to each and every one, irrespective of age, irrespective of qualifications and background and experience. So it's also a risk-free business. So I would like you tonight to just open your minds, listen to what we have to say, and take it all in and make a decision for your better future. So Nola and I stumbled across Neolife in 1974. Can you believe it? 1974. And at the time, we were young and good-looking and ambitious. Nothing much has changed. But there we were, and we were hungry and looking for success. I'd been along the corporate road, and so had Nola, and we were a little sort of dissatisfied with where we were going and a little disillusioned, for want of a better word. And we were looking for ways of making a better living for ourselves and lifestyle. So we launched into our own business, and that was successful to a point, and we found that it's very stressful, and at the end of the day, we didn't make the money we were hoping to make. But along the way, I met a man called Horace Painter, and I'm so grateful to that person, because it's amazing how one person at the correct time in your life can change your entire direction. And that's exactly what took place with us. So timing is a vital part of this whole process. And tonight, I hope the time is actually right for you. So we had a look at this business in 1974, and I so distinctly remember going in there, skeptical as anything, but two things caught my imagination or caught my attention. And I'm going to just run through those things very briefly. And tonight we're going to see if you can see this nice and clearly tonight. Okay, let's just get this right. The two things that came to mind was the guy who was presenting the business said that surveys that come from insurance companies and various other things showed some statistics that at age 65, the population is divided into two categories. 90% of people have actually failed financially at that stage. In other words, they work for 40 or 50 years of their lives, and they end up with not being able to afford to retire, basically. So a small 10% of people succeed. So what basically, if you analyze this, you'll find that 90% of people actually don't, hang on, we just lost a little pic. Oh, here we go. Let's just click on that again. Thank you. 90% of people, can you just get a full picture there for me? 90% of people actually spend their lives working for other people as employees, and they are employed. Whereas the 10% of people become entrepreneurs. And that's tonight exactly what we're talking about, is how you can become an entrepreneur, even though it may be on a part-time basis. So you can start off by becoming your own boss on a part-time basis, so that eliminates risk. So what we're saying tonight is, don't change what you're doing, but just start devoting about 10 hours per week towards your part-time business and build it up from there. So that's the starting point. The other thing that actually caught my attention is on the board here as well. We actually spoke about the fact that, sorry, I've just lost my point here. Stats show us that. And the other thing is that the other point that came to mind the night I came down is they spoke about time management being the best kept secret of the rich. And that basically is the difference between the two categories. These people sell their time for money. These people duplicate their time through many other people. So the key is to duplicate time and duplicate effort. And that is by far the best kept secret of the rich. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. So tonight we're suggesting that you actually start your own little business, become an entrepreneur, and actually partner on a part-time basis up with a company called Neolife. So Neolife, who is Neolife? Well, Neolife, the company, is a company that has been going for the past 65 years. So it's been in business for 65 years. So it's a very solid company. It's a privately owned company. It is a debt-free company. And that company is in a very strong position to be partnered with. So we're suggesting that you start your own business tonight, but you partner with Neolife. Neolife provides what I call a business platform. And that business platform is available in over 50 countries around the globe. Now, that business platform offers the following. It gives you a business system, which we'll talk very briefly about tonight. It gives you a tremendous administration. They've got a huge computer network that admins your business in any of those countries that you might grow into over the next decade or 5 years or whatever it might be. So they have a huge admin system which takes care of your bonuses and tracks your business. So that's all taken care of in the Neolife platform. The third thing they do is they provide the science. They've got a scientific advisory board, which is there to research and develop some of the finest products in the world. And they then manufacture those products. And then they also, on a worldwide basis, they distribute them on a worldwide basis. So you've got this incredible platform that Neolife actually provides for you. Okay, so that's important. So it's going to help you to produce for yourself what we call a positive cash flow system or cash flow asset. And you'll find that the cash flow system is based on good consumable products. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Nola to come in and talk at this stage, just to introduce you to some of the products so you have a better understanding of those. So over to you, Noel. Thank you very much.
Hello again. Good to see you all here, and welcome, welcome, welcome. So this incredible platform for business has an incredibly good book, a product catalog just loaded with products. And I'm going to, everybody thinks their products are the best. I'm going to show you why ours are the best. And basically, Rory has covered, they're based in nature. So they only use GMO-free raw materials, and they check to be free of all toxins. They're as organic as they can get. And then it's backed by science, as Rory also said, but the science is by world-leading scientists, researchers, nutritionists. And because of that, we can enjoy the purity of the products because of the raw ingredients, the potency of the nutrients, because it's only the nutrients that they get out the product without all the sugars and fibers, and proof from clinical studies that they are bioavailable and they do what we claim. So with all our range of nutritionals, we are just really blessed. And these products help us with our challenge of getting our 5 to 13 servings of fresh fruit and vegetables a day, according to what we need. 5 being very low, 13 being optimal or just adequate in many cases. And so we specialize in specifics. Like, for instance, the oils. We specialize in certain oils, grain oils that give us energy, the omega-3 fish oils that have all the molecular structures, unlike all the other fish oils on the market, taken from disease-free fish, cold pressed, really, really complete omega-3, and it's an unusual, it's very unique. And then another very unique product is in the oil range is the carotenoid oils. These are taken from carotenoid-rich foods, reds and greens and yellows, and the oils are extracted, and these have been proven to boost our immunity by 37%. And, and that happens in just 20 days. So that is what happens when we eat right. And sometimes it's really difficult to eat right when we don't have the raw ingredients to the quality we need. And then, so, you know, if we have a look at what is in here, what is in this incredible book of ours, we have a detox program, a specific program to detox naturally and healthily. And that product, that detox can necessarily only last for 3 days if that's what is adequate for your body. We have performance nutrition for athletes and sports people, specific products to fuel one's recovery, especially in the tough athlete world. They want a quick recovery so they can get back to training, and that's what our products do. They fuel our flexibility, they fuel our recovery, and so that's they're incredible digestion products. Everybody has a little digestion problems from time to time. And we have an amazing immune boosting range. And these are concentrated phytonutrients, plant nutrients, specifically from your human-based nutrition that boost immunity, protect us, stop hormonally mediated cancers, help stop the spread of cancers, stop oxidative damage, which also adds to anti-aging, which is great. And they're also incredible minerals that are, these minerals are double amino acid chelated, bonded. They're chelated minerals, which makes them 6 times better absorbed than normal minerals that are not chelated. And they're products for him and for her and for the kids. So our nutrition, our health is totally covered, where we can plug our dietary gaps and basically maintain our health and feel good. And this is the thing, you know, when one feels good, one acts good. And it's handy when you've got these nutritionals for families and their hormones are balanced and everything else. And it's great. Now, with this incredible nutrition range, we can't then be using toxic cleaners. So we have this amazing, powerful, earth-friendly and economical range of non-toxic cleaners in the homes. They really are very economical. And then to add on to that, what we put on the outside of our skin, what we can't put chemicals on. So we have a really good skincare, simple, beautiful skincare range that is organic and vegan. And so those are our products. So I just believe with these sort of products that are added to and transformed as science goes, they really, really are a wonderful, wonderful base to our business. And so now I want to ask a very successful distributor to just tell us how she's fared in this business in the years that she's been in. You tell us, Viv, here you are, there Viv is. And Viv, would you like to just tell us exactly how you have felt with these products and your story? Viv's just come back from leadership school, which is an exciting thing to be at. Viv, welcome.
Thank you so much, Nola. Really appreciate those encouraging words. And I just wanted to share with you the meaning of entrepreneur. It says it's a noun, and it's a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. Well, I'm going to tell you that 19 years ago, I've got 2 testimonies. I'm going to start with the one of 19 years ago, because that is something that means so much to me. At that time, I found myself in a very difficult financial crisis. Our family, unlike so many other families, we had bonds, cars, children at university, one at school, and just so much mounting debt that I eventually left for overseas to go and work as a carer, simply because I felt that that was going to be the best way of bringing some rands back in pounds. And that was 19 years ago. And that wasn't going to work. And then when I had just landed back in Durban, Antoinette, who's online, my sponsor, knew what had happened to me. And she said, Viv, I've got to get you to look at something that I've been looking at. And I agreed to meet with her. And the reason is because I knew her, I trusted her, and I desperately needed something. I couldn't be going overseas again. It wasn't the answer to anything. So she introduced me to Neolife. Now, did I believe that Neolife was going to change my life in so many ways? No. Number one, I believe that God put me in this business to save my husband's life. Neolife did that 11 years ago. And that really, what Nola has said about the science of these products is it's even greater than that. You can't even put into words what these products can do. But I know that people on this call will be nodding their heads. And then, not only that, I've traveled, which is what they promised me. But more than that, when I had already been in a business that I'd always wanted to be at home with my kids, right? And there aren't a lot of businesses that produce great incomes when you do that. But what I discovered is I'd been in a business that gave me a fair amount of money. When I look at it next to Neolife, it was pocket money. But when I joined Neolife, within 8 months, I had trebled my income in that previous business. Now I want to fast forward and say, okay, it's 19 years later. My husband is now 72 years old and he is a pensioner. And we have a lot of pensioner friends. And guess what? Some of those people have been working for 42 years. Yes, my husband has been working for 42 years. And I'm going to tell you that his pension, the money that he gets back each month because of his investments and various things, is not enough. It's not enough to sustain a family. And I'm so grateful that I have stood alongside him all these 19 years, and I am able to contribute to the family finances and to be able to ensure that we meet with success at this incredible age. And what's so exciting is that at my age, I'm 68 years old, I'm not ashamed of that, I'm just beginning my career. It is on a trajectory going that way. And that is what's so exciting about this kind of entrepreneurship. When you work for a boss, that trajectory does not go like that. And that's what's so powerful for this type of industry. But to also know that behind what drives our business is something that words actually cannot express. It's not a scam. It's not anything that's going to deprive. It's a low risk business, and it's something that can change your life forever. And I've seen it in so many people's lives. So that's me. And if you're new on this call tonight, you are in the right place, listening to the right message. Over to you, Nola.
Thank you. That is so good, Viv. You're sure right, it's not a scam. You're sure right about that. Thank you. And that is so good. Thank you very, very much, Viv. Now we have Carol. Where's Carol? There you are, Carol. You are beautiful.
Hello.
Another wonderful lady, Carol Sabir, also at the leadership school. Obviously, they were a team together up there. I wasn't present, so I can just imagine what got on there. But let's hear your little take on life. How have you been? What have you been? How do you feel about the business? After Viv's story, we've got a big one to follow. But thank you, Viv. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Carol, for being with us. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. For those who are here for the first time, I'm Carol. I'm from Eswatini. I'm with my husband here, Jabu. When I met this business in South Africa, that is about 16 years ago. I had a small baby at the time, so basically I had taken maternity leave at work, and I had intended on breastfeeding my baby for 2 years. So I took time off. Whilst the baby was 6 months, relative relative of mine who was doing the business came to visit in South Africa. And she came with her, a few people, a few relatives and friends around. They started sharing about the product. People bought the product and they went back to Swaziland. After a month, people came to me looking for the product because he had worked for them. That is how I decided I'm going to stock up and start selling. Believe me, I never went back to work. It gave me time to raise my child. I started getting profit. Well, when I started, I was selling a lot. So there was a lot of profit. I always had money, people ordering. I made sure I buy stock. So that is how I started. You know, after a while, I started attending trainings because trainings are very important for you to grow in the business. I started attending rallies. Within a year of joining the business, I traveled to the UK with the company. That was a big surprise to my husband because, you know, travel alone, we had never done travel together, to be in a 5-star hotel, treated like a queen, everything paid for. From there on, my husband joined me fully because he was a policeman. I decided, no, let's do the business totally because, you know, when you have a husband as a policeman, he's always away on business looking for criminals all over, and you are never sure if he's going to come back home safe. So with this company in the 16 years, we achieved a lot. Our children are attending private school. We give them everything they need. We've got 2 houses, homes. When I joined, we never owned a car. My husband used to drive a police car, but now we have our cars. We've got our own homes. We've bought some land. We are really trying to invest with this business. On top of that, you know, the lifestyle at Neolife. We as Viv said, we've just from the leadership school in Irene. I've never been to Irene. Guys, I want to tell you, it is a beautiful place. The food we had there, all paid for by Neolife. Where can you get a company that gives you a lot of money? You still get lifestyle, you get trainings. You know, the trainings really are good. You with this Neolife, you know, even development, personal development, there's a lot that happens because up to now, I had never known that a person is made of cells, there's nutrition that you need to take. But with this business, we have gained specialized training and knowledge, something you can never get at a university. We are really happy to be with Neolife, and we are hoping to grow more because I know the benefits are many. If you like travel, this is a place for you. You travel, you are treated like a queen in a 5-star hotel. I think that's it, Nola. I can say so much with this Neolife.
That is so good. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Carol. I know you are really rolling with this business. I've seen you grow, you and Jabu, and we'll hear from Jabu later. But thank you very, very much, Carol. Thank you, Viv. And we appreciate you ladies so much. Thank you. There we are. I'm going to hand back to Rory now.
Gee, those stories were fantastic. Thanks, Viv. So good to, you know, that story, you know, just being in London as a carer and to see you as a fully fledged entrepreneur making a huge contribution to your family. That's so exciting indeed. And well done on that. And Carol, you know, what a great story. You know, you never had to go, the fact that you didn't have to go back to work and you could bring up your kids, well, that to me is a great, great plus, bringing up your own children. So basically, what I think you'd understand from this so far is the product is exceptional. Now, you cannot build anything of value if your product is inferior or your service is inferior. So that's a box we can tick. Neolife is certainly on top of the log as far as that is concerned. But what we want to talk about very briefly is the concept and the system that we use. And, you know, it's all about from here on building a network. You know, one of the key factors in becoming wealthy is to find a way that you can duplicate time and duplicate effort And that's exactly what Neolife will allow you to do over the next number of years. So it's a question of multiplying time, and it's a question of changing your habits. That's the difference between the success and non-successful. They have good habits and they duplicate time. And we like to run through the habits. The starting point is, number one is to change your buying habits. And I've got a little illustration here. I'm going to put you in the equation. I hope you can see that nice and clear. There you are. So at the moment, you have an economy in your home, and you are spending that economy through retail outlets, okay, in the pharmacies and the supermarkets, etc. What we're suggesting you should do is to link to Neolife, and in the linking to Neolife, it's no big deal. You get a little box, it's a kit, you get an ID number, you get your own websites, you get your own literature. In other words, a completely tailor-made system. You get an ID number. And so you link to Neolife. And by the way, just to get that out of your mind, your kit will be anywhere from about 880 Rand to about 1880 Rand, depending on your choice. So you link to Neolife, and your sponsor at the end of this talk will tell you more about how to do that. So you link to Neolife, change your buying habits. That's the first thing. And you start to use the products, and the average family consumes about 100 points worth of our type of commodities. Now, what is a point? A point in dollar are very similar values at this stage. But as we trade in 50 countries around the world, we just talk in points to just level the playing fields. So you consume approximately 100 points worth of product by changing your buying habits. But why do we want you to do that? We want you to change your buying habits for a couple of reasons. Number one, so you believe that the products are good. How can you recommend something that you have no personal belief or understanding in? So using the products, and this change of buying habits and using the products is a core factor. In fact, if you don't do that, nothing else will take place. So it's that essential that you change your buying habits, use the products, and build up your belief. And what will come out of that, a story will emerge. For instance, a brief example, you might have a high blood pressure problem, or you might have diabetes, or whatever it is. And you go into the products and your blood pressure is reduced, or your sugar level is reduced through the use of the products. That becomes your story, your testimony. So that is step number one. Use the products and build your own testimony. Number two is to share the products. And you start to share the products with a couple of, now, when I talk about 100 points, there's 250 points on the board. A lot of families, ours is far more than that, our own personal use. So between yourself and a few customers, you build up a business doing 250 points on a very part-time basis. And that's the starting point. So step number three, you start to share. Step number two is sharing the products with some customers and sharing the system with other people. Here, the key is to listen to people's needs and find like-minded people. People like yourself who are sick and tired of mediocrity. They want to earn more money to put that child through university, or to be able to go on pension decently, because so many pensions today are just eroding with the cost of living and inflation. So you find like-minded people, and we're going to suggest you go out and find 1, 2, 3 people just like you, and you teach them to do the same thing, change their buying habits, use some products, and build a 250-point business. Now, what happens is you can see your 250 plus theirs amounts to 1,000 points. 1,000 points will give you a cash back at the end of the month of approximately 1,500 Rand per month. No big deal, but let's just put that to context. Shopping where you're shopping now, do they give you a 1,500 Rand cash back at the end of the month for your support? Not a chance. So that is a very good stage. So you've got the best quality product, and you now have got a cashback business. Now, you might be very happy to stay at that level, and we are perfectly satisfied with that. But as we said, duplicating time is the way to go. So the next step is to go out, and as you start duplicating time, you'll find there you are. You've got a 1,000-point business, so you maintain your 1,000-point business, but you teach these 3 people to do exactly what you've done. Duplicate some time. And they build 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, plus your 1,000 makes it 4,000. Now, at this stage, you're now at a point where your cash back is most probably in the vicinity of about 10,000 Rand per month and more. We call you a director, but that title means nothing. The question is, you're getting 10 to 15,000 Rand back at that level. Now, in the fullness of time, there's a step number 3 we want you to take, and I know this has already been touched on by Carol. It's what we call personal development. Personal development, if you want to earn more, you've got to become worth more. So we ask you to invest in your bread for your head. Start thinking about training, getting to leadership schools, reading decent books, and we've got a big, what we call Impact Summit coming up on the 14th of October. If you're serious about your financial future, make a point of being there. Just don't miss it. And you start taking this step number 3, which we call personal development. And what happens? There's a little successful formula. It's to find a way of duplicating yourself through other people. And in time, and I'm just going to focus on this for a moment, if you went out, you've got your 4,000 business, obviously in time it will grow to a 5,000 point business. That's the way it's going to grow. But we'd like you to get your 3 people to do the same thing, to duplicate a business of 5,000 points. That puts you over 20,000 points now. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Your income at that level will be 40,000 minimum. So that's an exciting development. Now, over time, you just continue adding to that program. But that's as far as I'm going to take it this evening in terms of your income level. And, the key there is, remember that there's a law of activity. And if you speak to 10 people, there's what we call the law of champions, 80%, 20%, 80% of people will most probably be pretty average. 20% will go out and do something with it. And, we find people often start off with great enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is common, but resilience and grit is very rare. So we want you to have that resilience and grit, and that comes through that personal development side as well. Now, what we're going to do this evening, we're going to ask Jabu Sabir to come and join us as well, because Jabu was also in the leadership school, and I've asked Jabu to just talk about some of his benefits and to just give you more information on how you get started. So Jabu, are you there? Yes, you are. Okay, you there? There we go. Jabu, welcome. Nice to have you with us. Welcome back from leadership.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much.
Over to
So
you,
I will start by saying good evening to everyone. So it is a great pleasure to me tonight to be involved in this meeting, joining you. I'm so excited, like day one. So for today first, I would love to talk to the people who are invited into this meeting. You are so fortunate because someone invited you. So it's a different story with me because I never saw myself doing such a business. So the clever woman in the house, I call her the government of the house, is the one who started the business. So at the later stage, so my eyes went open. So I started loving the business. So for you who are here for the first time, I wanted to tell you, I want to urge you, never make a mistake. Never, ever make a mistake. This is an abnormal business. Why do I say so? It's because we've got a combo in this company. If I can put it out one by one, what do I mean by saying so? You benefit here through health, finance, luxury like lifestyle, travel, everything is in here. So when you come into the business, you must just follow the people who invited you. If they tell you about classes, Zoom meeting like this one, avail yourself. That's where things happen. Like myself, I'm always on Zoom. If the company is setting up maybe an opportunity meeting, I'm always there and not alone. Because when you come into the business, yes, it's your business, but not by yourself. You need a group of individuals, which is why there's something called team sponsoring. It is so important in this business. Recruit, recruit, recruit. If you've got neighbors, tell them about the business. But start at your home, where you stay, with your sisters, your brothers, your mamas, your aunties, because there's no age limit in this business. It doesn't matter whether you are educated or not. We teach you how to do it. When you come in, you are never alone. Even if the person that have invited you into this business can vanish one day, no, never think that you are alone. You've got people up there, like the people that you are seeing, the people that I love so much, that are working tirelessly to do these meetings for us. And I cannot believe this. At this stage, they should have been resting because they've worked for long, long, long years in this company. But still, they don't want to rest. They want us to feel, they want us to feel the cream. They want us to feel what they are enjoying. Let me tell you, I'm not very long in the business, but I've been around for some while. Let me tell you, I'm starting enjoying whatever this business is doing for me. Every day, even when I wake up, I go to the business. So I want to encourage each and every one of you, never leave without having signed a form from the person that invited you. And when you signed, don't wait for the person who invited you to tell you what to do. Go all out and look for people. Invite people. What is very important, the kit, there are different signing up kits that you will get when you start your business. There's product inside. Yourself use the product so that people can see when you start approaching them about the business, that you are an example. So I'll again, number two, go to the existing distributors, people maybe who are still doubting about this business. Guys, stand up. Never doubt this business. Give yourself time. Be honest, because this business is your own business, is yourself, business by yourself. So it's not for somebody else. Give yourself time. Do it honestly. Just if I say honestly, I give you a time frame. Do it for 5 months, honestly. Then you'll never regret. So by so saying, Rory said we are fresh from the leadership. So it was a very, 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 very good place to be. We went there with a lot of other leaders, rubbing shoulders with successful people. Wow, guys, we are pumped up, getting fresh ideas. And the other thing that I can't miss, thanking the organizers, the teachers, the people who were tutoring us, a youthful brigade. Those guys are brilliant. They came up with new, fresh ideas. I'm a new guy today. I'm like the people who are invited for the first time in this business today. I'm starting afresh. So yesterday I went on the field. I was a beginner. So you guys who are for the first time to begin doing this business, guys, don't make a mistake. The business is alive and kicking. If this company can be around for over 65 years, what does that tell you? For the next 100 years, the company will be still here. In terms of monies, don't have fear. Take fear away. Throw fear away or put fear in your pocket. Do it. You will reap the reward. Thank you, Rory.
Oh, Jabu, fantastic, Jabu. That is just so wonderful. I so appreciate your thoughts there. And I'm so excited to hear that you feel like a beginner because you've just been renewed, refreshed, reinvented at the convention school, at the leadership school. And I know that you've already gone on to the world team, and you and Carol are destined for what we call the president's team down the line, and you're going to get there too. I've got no question of doubt. Never forget this, friends.
Okay, lastly, Rory,
Yes, yes,
remember
yes.
that people should put God first.
Thank you.
Pray before you go doing our business. Then God will answer your prayers.
Oh, fantastic, Jabu. Thank you for that. You are absolutely right. You know, success is not just money in the bank. It's spiritual, it's mental, it's physical, and then financial comes along. So get that in balance.
Exactly.
That's important.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, you know, we've given you a little taste of what the business is all about. Whether it's of interest to you or value to you, I don't know. I would like to return you and ask you tonight, while it's still all fresh in your mind, you no doubt will have questions on the way forward. I'd like you to, this evening, get back to the person who had the insight to invite you down to the business and make a decision. If it's not for you, fantastic. If you want to become a customer, that's good. But my strong recommendation is give yourself a chance. You know, if you never try, you'll never know what the outcome's going to be. And Nola and I didn't realize that this business would become our life's work, as the same with all the people who are actually on the call tonight and many, many other distributors. So remember this last statement, that where the mind goes, reality follows. What you think about, you become. I hope that you've got some positive thoughts and that you're looking towards building a great future for yourselves. And we'll be with you every step of the way. So get back to your sponsor tonight. Good night and God bless. And from my dear wife, Nola, and I, we wish you well. And we wish you the beginning of a great journey that we'll be going with you into the future. Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. We do so appreciate you all. And just God bless you all and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful end of the month and month to come. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.